Hi, thank you very much for joining me today. Always, I'm grateful for the opportunity to reach out to you and to communicate the things that bring fulfillment in life. And so today I want to continue on this series on looking at tips for job search. So I know there are people who are job hunting, and so I've committed myself in this two-part series to talk about important tips that will help you to land your dream job. So in the last video, we talked about 7 tips and we really elaborated on these tips. I just want to refresh your mind very quickly. So we talked about the fact that you need to understand your career goals. You need to know your career goals. And secondly, we said that you need to plan ahead. Planning is very key. And in planning, you're looking at what it takes, what you're going to need to do, how you're going to market yourself. And then thirdly, we say you need to get your resume and cover letter in place to help. These are the tools you need as you go to the into the job market. And then fourthly, we say you need to use all job search resources, not only looking at websites, but going in person to the companies. And fifthly, we said you need to customize your resume. It's very important that for every job you apply, you need to work on your CV or your resume and make sure that it fits that particular position. Don't just take a general CV and start throwing around. And the sixth thing we talked about is that you need to research the company. Know which company you're applying to, or what company you're applying to. Know what they stand for and where they're going and where they're coming from. And the last thing we talked about is that you need to apply with confidence. You can do all of these things, but if you lack that confidence, you will be unable to demonstrate that you have interest in the organization. Today I want to continue from there, and in today's video I will talk about 7 more things. And the first thing is that you need to schedule informational interviews, and you need to succeed in your current job. You need to network regularly. Networking is very important in this 21st century. And then you need to identify examples of your skills, key examples of your skills. And then you need to prepare for interviews. You need to follow up. And lastly, you need to expand your skills. Take opportunity to always expand your skills to make sure you're growing as a professional. So the first thing in this video today is a continuation again, as I wanted to highlight, of the tips when it comes to job searches. The first thing we're talking today is that you need to schedule informational interviews. Informational interviews are informal conversations with professionals in an industry or a company you might want to work for. So it doesn't mean that you are already going for a job interview, but you may just want to talk to someone who's working in a particular organization. If you want to work in the UN, you need to have a way to know someone who works in the UN, sit with them, talk with them, and find out the things that help them to get to where they are. Find out the things that help them to get a job, and find out their experience maybe of interviewing people who want to work for the UN. That's going to help you. And of course, if you go to the internet, there will be people who have worked with the UN in the past who are offering advice or tips on how to land a job with the UN. So you need to make sure that you do this. Whether you're a good fit for the job or not, requesting an informational interview is very important, and you're doing this with someone working in a field that is of interest to you. You must do that and search for potential interview subjects on professional networking sites. You could go to LinkedIn. You can also go to member organizations and talk to people. The second thing today is that you have to succeed in your current job. This is particularly for people who want to transition, who want to move from one job to the other. You have to succeed. You have to leave a mark. Because what's happening today, a lot of people don't recognize this. When you submit your application, especially for international jobs, they do background searches on you, background checks on you, and sometimes they reach out to your previous employer and find out what your performance was, especially if you're leaving one organization to another. They shouldn't understand that this is someone who truly has those skill sets that they have shown or they have portrayed in their curriculum vitae, that's CV or cover letter or resume. they have to understand this, or the things you've said in the interview. Some organizations, they go the extra mile to cross-check, verify this information that you provide. So you have to make sure that you are very good in your current job. Don't do a crappy job and expect to move to the next one, which is better. But even so, I believe that to grow easily is to just be at your best wherever you find yourself. If you're doing like even menial jobs, if you're doing jobs that are, if you're underemployed, so to speak, just make sure that you're putting in your best. It doesn't matter what your paycheck is. If you want to grow, if you want to land a dream job, make sure that you are good at what you're doing currently. There are no two ways to this, because if you are mediocre in this current job, you will be mediocre in the bigger job. Okay? And like I think I like what Jesus said. Jesus said, to whom much is given, much is expected. Okay? And I love the story of the talents in the Bible. The guy who received only one talent went and buried it, and he didn't work on it. He didn't try to multiply it. He didn't try to invest it. But the guy who received 5 went and invested and received 5 more. And Jesus said that one was rewarded because the one that the guy who had the 1, he saw that one taken from him and given to the one who even had the 5 and invested. That is what is going to happen. If you have a little job, you need to invest your energy in that job and develop your skills. When you do that, what God is going to do is that he's going to bless you with a bigger job. He's going to bless you with something much more better because he knows you can handle it. Okay, so you have to succeed in your current job. You must make sure you succeed, and your professional attitude and effort can result in job references or opportunities in the future. I know there are many people watching who would relate with this. There are people who wanted to move from one job to another, and what helped them was that they had a great performance in their current job or in their previous job, and they were able to secure a good reference later or recommendation later that helped them with the next employer. I always fall back to my previous employer for references, recommendations, and they never disappoint. Why? Because I did a great job. Okay, so do a great job in the organization, in the company or organization you're currently working with. The next thing is that network regularly. You need to network regularly. Interact with people and develop your professional contacts. Networking is like the magic bullet in this 21st century. If you're not networking, reaching out to people, going to job fairs, if you're just sitting in your room with your phone and from time to time applying and spending much of that time on social media, you're not going to land a job. You need to network with people. There's virtual networking, and you can network with people also in person. Virtual networking, you can network with people, attend webinars. There are webinars for people organized for certain organizations. Take advantage of those and attend and just gain more experience, go to conferences, go to meetings where people who are like-minded us, and where you have great speakers. I'm not talking about motivational speakers who come promising heaven on earth when they themselves haven't even gone to that heaven. So I'm talking about people who have real experiences. If you hear that they have conferences, go to those conferences, attend those conferences, learn how the job market is evolving and what is now being required of everyone who's moving into the job market. You have to network. You have to reach out to people who are succeeding in a particular field where you are developing interest. You have to create friendships with them. You have to form alliances. You have to reach out to people who can help nurture your dreams, who can encourage you. And I've talked previously how you should be careful about sharing your dreams, because there are people who will discourage you. So be very conservative when you reach out to people for networking. Try to understand the flow and know what to say and what not to say, okay? Just so you're not giving everything away. So you need to network. You can definitely use social media. There's social networking sites that you can definitely use, like LinkedIn. I cannot overemphasize the importance of LinkedIn. I use LinkedIn, and it is a powerful tool. Many people go there when they want to hire and they simply scout and they look at profiles, and they're looking and seeing who is a better fit. So go to LinkedIn and market yourself there. And yeah, use Twitter as well. It's professional. There are many other professional sites that you can use and easily land a job. So the next thing is that you need to identify examples of your skills. People tend to remember engaging stories and examples of a list of facts. You go to speak with people, network with people, and you're just giving facts. No, I want you to highlight some key skills that you have demonstrated or you have, and give some anecdotes. Give some concrete examples that will stick in somebody's mind. Don't churn out so many facts that they will forget just shortly after your interaction with them. So make sure that you master certain skills. You know yourself better than any other person. You know yourself. So you know what you know. So you can easily highlight two things that you know, especially when it comes to networking and when it comes to informational sessions or interviews, as we've talked previously. Highlight these things and you would definitely see that it works if you're able to share just two things that you stand out with when it comes to those two things. Just two. Don't talk about so many things and then someone would forget completely what you were saying and they will never remember you. Leave a mark by sharing maybe one or two things when you interact with people, so that when an opportunity comes, they would think about this skill set that you shared with them, or this skill that you shared with them, and how you explained it and how it stuck with them. They will easily remember you and they will give you a call. Okay, so you need to identify examples of your skills, and you need to highlight these, add them to your cover letter. Make sure that they stand out on your cover letter as well. Use them during networking opportunities or job interviews. And the 12th thing in our series, or at least the next thing on this segment of the discussion, is that you need to prepare for job interviews. Preparation is key. They say proper preparation guarantees a better performance. Okay, so if you want to really stand out in your job interview, you need to prepare. You need to research common interview questions, especially when it comes to that job. So if you're looking for a manager position, maybe in a manufacturing company, you want to go to the internet and search what kinds of questions are usually asked in these kinds of job interviews. So you will have tons of resources online and you can use them to practice and kind of try to tailor them to your own scenario. So you don't just want to like copy and paste, but yeah, research online and ask friends, ask other professionals in that area, and try as much as possible to practice with other people for that job interview. You could have maybe a friend asking you the questions and you're responding. That is part of preparation. It builds up your confidence. I'm not looking for you to cram up stuff and try to churn them out. No, I want you to be confident. That's what practice does. When you prepare, it bolsters your confidence. It boosts your confidence and your energy level. You're pumped up going into that interview, and you will easily get it because you've practiced. You're not shy. You can maintain eye contact. So that's what preparation does. Follow up is the next thing. So immediately after the job interview, you need to send the hiring manager a thank you letter. That is the magic. That is the trick here. Send them a thank you letter. Just simply saying, hey, dear sir or dear hiring manager, I recently attended an interview in your for this position in your organization, and I wanted to reach out and say thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my skills. And then this is how you end. If given the opportunity to work for your organization, I look forward to bringing in the best I can possibly bring in to further your goals, your objectives, and help the organization continue to grow as I also seek personal growth. That is going to ring a bell in their mind and say, this is someone who is serious. So you need to show that interest. You need to show that enthusiasm. I love the word enthusiasm because it's in itself, that word is enthusiastic. So you need to show some level of enthusiasm that you're willing to work, you have interest, so you need to continue to search even for other jobs while you wait for that response. Okay, and the last thing is expand your skills. We want to end this series on this note of encouraging everyone who's watched through. You need to expand your skills. Your skills are what will help you land the dream job. So if you are currently looking for a job, you haven't had one, you're new to the job market, make sure that you understand your skills. And understanding your skills means that you have to work on your skills every day. You have to read and practice and develop your skills. And if you're already working in a job and you're looking to transition to a better one, you need to hone your skills. You need to continue to refine yourself. And you can do this by using opportunities that come up to expand your own network of or advance or your own skills. You need to continue to study. You need to read books. You need to interact with people, go for workshops, go for seminars. You need to take advantage of all this, make the most of the opportunities that come your way while you're doing this job or while you're searching for a new one, to develop your skills, to expand your skills. The more skills you have in a particular career, the likelihood that you're going to land a job, so the chances are greater when you have more skills, when you expand those skills that you have. So you can, attend online courses, and as I have said, you should go for workshops definitely and expand your skills. And when you do this, you're also updating your resume to reflect the new skills that you have, or to reflect the expanded nature of your skills. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this series. I mean, most of the things I've been sharing with you are really just from personal experience, and also from interacting with friends who've gone through these processes, from attending job interviews, from searching for jobs. So I hope that this would make a difference in your life. I hope that you should be able to catch a few things from this discussion that we've been having, and that you should be able to implement those things into your life. I don't just want you to watch maybe as a form of entertainment. Please don't do that. I want you to take away something that will change your life, something that will improve your situation, and something that will help you to achieve your dreams. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Do have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope that you can join me again next time for another video on this channel. Thank you, and God bless you.